What is up, guys? It's your boy, Elusive Illusions 28 here, back at it again with another weekly prediction video. Week 7 of the NFL. Last week, I went 7-7. My record's now 59-31-1. Still not terrible. Wish last week obviously would have gone better. This is my last week by far. I think my worst week besides that was 10 wins. It was like 10-4 or something like that, or maybe I got 9 wins one week. But this is my worst week by far. Hoping to turn that around this week. Without further ado, let's get right into the predictions. First game here, we have the Thursday night game. We have the Giants facing off against the Eagles. Eagles are at home. Giants getting their first win of the season last week. Eagles losing, but the Eagles looked way more impressive, barely losing to the Ravens, which are arguably, well, I think everyone would say a top 2 team in the AFC at least. Arguably a 1 maybe. Nah, I mean, they got beat by the Chiefs. So, I mean, really, probably the second best team in the AFC. And the Eagles actually competed with them. Still lost, but it was close. It was a close game. Giants were in a close game, too, and barely beat the Washington football team. So, I mean, I think I'd rather take a close loss to the Ravens over a barely victory to the Washington football team. And the Eagles are home, so that's more reason for me to pick them. So, for that reason, I'll be picking the Eagles in this game. And to start off our 1 o'clock games on Sunday, we have the Panthers at the Saints. Saints, I'm pretty positive they're getting Michael Thomas back, right? First time since week 1. We might see a little bit of a decline, maybe not as much as if he would have came back last week, but he was suspended, if I'm not 100% wrong on this one. But I feel like the Saints will be better with him. A lot of people said he'll regress a little bit because of his injury, but I mean, it's still a huge help for that offense because you can see their offense in comparison to not having him to having him. So I feel like this is when they're going to get back on track and possibly win the NFC South, starting off by beating the Panthers here. So give me L Saints in this game. Well, we have our free pick of the week here, guys. The Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Haven't predicted a Jets game wrong yet. Predicted them to lose every week. They lose every week, and now you face the Bills. You're what, freaking 13-point underdogs? Like, why would you even pick them? Like, this is just a straight-up prediction. I mean, maybe this would be a little bit of a issue if it wasn't. If it was, like, against the spread, I'd, like, actually have to think about this one for a second. But if you pick the Jets to win, Like, what are you doing? Jets fans aren't even picking Jets to win. No one's picking the Jets to win this game. If you have a solid argument, let me know. But there's no solid argument. So, I mean, free pick of the week. Give me the Bills in this one. Next up here, we have the Browns at the Bengals. Battle for Ohio. Should be a very, very close game. What some people are expecting it to be a close game. Maybe if you would have said this last week, you would have been like, oh, the Browns are looking so good. It's going to be, Browns by 1 billion points. But then they get smoked by the Steelers. Didn't they just get smoked by the Steelers? And then they got smoked by Baltimore earlier in the year. So it's like, But those are against good teams, And the Bengals, they're not there yet. They could be in the future, Obviously, they have a rookie quarterback. But, I don't think they're a good team yet, and for that reason, I feel like the Browns are pretty good at putting away teams that are not as good as them, and I don't claim the Bengals to be as good as the Browns. So, for that reason, give me the Browns. Next up here, we have the Cowboys at the Washington football team. And I don't know if this is a shocker of the week. I'm not picking the Cowboys in this game. I don't know, man. Cowboys, under Andy Dalton, that's who it is, right? The Red Rifle, the GOAT. He hasn't been doing so well, though. And Washington almost beating the Giants, who almost beat the Cowboys. I don't know if that's any reason to pick them, but, I don't know. The Cowboys' offensive line is super beat up. Washington's defense has improved greatly with Chase Young. I'm pretty sure Chase Young's still going to be playing in this game. I feel like if they can get pressure on the Red Rifle, they'll be able to win this game. Force a couple interceptions, give their poor offense, some good field position, kick field goals. I mean, hopefully you'll get some touchdowns, right? But at least get them a guaranteed field goal. Also, when I picked the Washington football team, I know, guys, I'm sorry for being so offensive, but I still have the Redskins logo from last year. I'm too lazy to change that. I'm sorry, guys. Deal with it for this week. I doubt I'll pick them again this year, so this is probably the only time you'll have to look at that. But give me the Washington football team. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Houston, Texas to face the Texans, obviously. I don't know how the Packers are only 3.5-point favorites. Packers lose one game and they're instantly considered a terrible team. The Texans are 1-5, and they're only favored to lose by 3.5 points, or whatever, 3 points, whatever you want around that too. Which is it leaves me in awe. I don't know how the Texans can be that close to money line. Well, like I said, if you do betting, but yeah, I don't know, dude. It just fathoms me. David Bakhtiari, I think, is out for the Packers this week. He's listed as, I think, doubtful. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But like I said, I feel like the Packers can have a bounce-back game. Because just like last year, when they got smoked by the Niners, I think they went on, because they got smoked by the Niners in, week 10 or something. They ended up going on, a 6-game regular season win streak. And then they won in the playoffs, and then obviously lost again to the Niners. But I feel like after they get blown out, they actually learn from those lessons and then go on to improve themselves as a team. And, this is the perfect team to prove yourself against. The Texans just got a new interim coach. Like I said, I think they're 1-1 with the new interim. So, better than under Bill O'Brien, but still. I feel like the Packers will definitely win this one. I don't know why you wouldn't have them this week. I don't know why people only have them as 3.5-point favorites. But I feel like the Packers should get a decent win, hopefully. So, give me the Packers. Next up here, we have the Detroit Lions at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons destroying last week, Lions destroying last week, both against pretty weak competition, I suppose. Vikings probably better competition than the Jags. And for some reason, I have a feeling that the Falcons are going to do last year. The Falcons are going to repeat what they did last year. That's what I'm meaning to say. But because last year they 7 of their last 9 after starting 0-5 or something like that. So for some reason I feel like they're gonna be able to do that this year too, for no reason at all, just like last year. But yeah, I don't know why, but I'm gonna pick the Falcons in this one. I know some people might be salty. I'm not gonna pick the Lions, even though I was wrong on that pick last week for some reason. I feel like Falcons are gonna be able to go on a run like they did last year. So give me the Falcons in this one. Next up, we have a battle of 2 of the last 3 undefeated teams. We have the Steelers at the Titans. Very 2 well-rounded teams. Steelers have a better defense than the Titans, and I think the Titans would have a better offense than the Steelers. So, this one's probably the game of the week in my mind, right? I don't really see any other games that are as good, I would suppose. But yeah, honestly, I think this one just comes down to home field advantage. I think. Well, Titans do have home field advantage. I'm not sure if they have fans, so I'm pretty sure they do, because I think I saw their last game and they had fans. So, for this one, I'm going to go with the Titans, but honestly, did not mean to switch to that, but it could be a coin flip. Give me the Titans. Next up, we have my possible upset of the week. I feel like this is where the Seahawks are going to lose their first game. Seahawks have the worst defense in the league, by far, right? From all the stats that I've seen so far, yards per game and points allowed per game, Seahawks are topping that, and the Cardinals just come off of 38 points. They won 38-10 on the Cowboys. Dominant performance on offense, and now having to face at home instead of on the road the Seahawks, who have the worst defense in the league. I feel like Kyler Murray is gonna have a crazy day. And I feel like Russell Wilson just won't be able to keep up, because the Cardinals defense isn't that bad. They're not the worst defense in the league, like the Seahawks are. So I feel like Kyler Murray's gonna have I don't know how to explain this, but have an easier day to do better, if that makes any sense, because he's not gonna face as hard of a defense. So that's why he's gonna do better, is what I'm basically trying to say. So for this one, give me the Cardinals. Next up, we have our first 425 game. Chiefs at Broncos. Broncos, they're probably going to have to score some touchdowns this week if they want to win, on last week. Somehow winning without scoring a single touchdown. I don't know how often that happens. Probably not too often, but they're definitely going to have to score some touchdowns this week. I don't have faith in that. Chiefs have been looking like a god squad since they lost to the Raiders, Well, that was only 2 weeks ago, but looked really good against the Bills. Shut them down, got the win. I feel like that's what they'll be able to do against the Broncos too. So for this game, give me Chiefs. Next up, we have the Jaguars at the Chargers. Herbert looking for his first win first win of his career, right? Because I think they won week 1 with Tyrod, right? And then he got injured by the doctors, whatever. And then, Herbert came in, had some very tough opponents. This is the easiest opponent that Herbert's had to play, and he's played well against all the tough opponents that he's had to face. So I feel like he's going to have a really good game here against the Jaguars, probably put up a nice amount of fantasy points, and they're at home too, and they will come away with the win. So give me Herbert picking up his first win as a starter. Next up, we have the 49ers at Patriots. Probably one of the hardest games for me to predict, with all the injuries and stuff like that. And the Patriots, how did the Patriots lose? Literally, they lost to a team that didn't even score a touchdown all game. I mean, I don't know if that's a credit to their defense, saying something good about their defense, or if that's saying something bad about their offense. I think that's saying something more bad about their offense than their defense, because, their defense still let them in field goal range. I think the Patriots had some turnovers, which led to, some of that field goal range. But I think that's saying more about the offense. They put up, 12 points? 8 of that was in garbage time, right? They only had 3 points until, late in the fourth quarter, and then they finally scored a touchdown. So their offense looking to get back on track, which I feel like they will, because that was Cam's first game back after having COVID, right? I'm pretty sure that was. So I feel like he'll definitely be able to get back on track. They're at home, too. That's the only reason why I'm going to pick the Patriots in this game. Because, the Niners look really impressive in their last game. I don't know why. Maybe that's just because it's divisional. And, they knew something about the Rams that, that could stop them, but besides that, that was kind of odd. Same with the Patriots. But I feel like the Patriots, they're going to get better. More better, if that's a word, which I know it isn't. But I feel like they're going to get better and squeak off a win against the Niners. Also, we have our non-Sunday night game. I just got news, I think half hour ago or so, that the right here, the Seahawks-Cardinals game has actually been moved to Sunday night, which I don't know what time that moves the Bucs-Raiders game to. I don't know if that moves it to 4:05. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah. So technically, this won't be our Sunday night game. The Bucs at the Raiders. I mean, unless they're gonna have 2 Sunday night games on at once, which would not make any sense. So I'm guessing what they're gonna do is they're gonna move the Bucs-Raiders game. So this won't be our Sunday night game, but I don't even know if it's gonna be on Sunday. Let's just say our game. So the Buccaneers at the Raiders. Bucs just got done destroying the Packers. I don't know. Don't want to talk about it, but Raiders looking not terrible. They beat the Chiefs, right? Did they have a bye week last week? I don't even remember. But they beat the Chiefs. They're not a bad team. The Bucs, I don't know. The Bucs are just getting it all together right now. They're getting a lot of their star players back. They're getting chemistry. That's the biggest problem, with all these new signings they had. New quarterback, new tight end, new running back, receiver. Literally every new position. Every position's new, I feel, this year. But finally getting that chemistry together. Finally, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully not as a Packers fan, but for them, hopefully they're getting the chemistry together. And I feel like they're finally going to start getting in a rhythm, winning a bunch of games, and I feel like they'll be able to squeak one out here against the Raiders. But it should at least be a closer game, unlike last week. And we have our defensive showdown of the week. We have the Bears at the Rams. Final score is probably going to be 6-3 or something like that, Bears have to travel out to LA on Monday night. Very tough task. Their offense has to play one of the top defenses in the league. Pretty good defense. They have Aaron Donald, all that good stuff. Rams offense, subpar. But the Bears offense, bottom tier defense, When was the last time they scored 25 plus? I don't remember. Well, actually they might have. I don't even remember. It's been a few weeks. Or did they even do it this year? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up as much with the Bears. But their offense is terrible. Even under the new quarterback, Nick Foles, that they thought was going to be the GOAT or something. He's pretty much Trubisky, Maybe like a skosh better, you know what I'm saying? But, I feel like it's going to come down to which offense can, well, I mean, actually, it's going to probably come down to which defense can generate more turnovers. And I feel like the Bears just have a lot of turnovers, you know. I feel like Nick Foles is probably going to throw a couple picks. Jared Goff might throw a pick or so, but I feel like, you know, Bears are probably going to give more turnovers. So, for that reason, give me the Rams in this game. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to the video. Drop a like, subscribe if y'all are new. I do these every week, obviously, because, you know, that's why I have a record up there and everything. But, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Everyone, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.